Today on CG Off-Road, we're going to take full advantage of our Fabtech 4-inch lift on our 2017 Raptor to make it perform even better on and off the road. We recently installed a Fabtech 4-inch lift on our 2017 Raptor, which made it look so good, but today we're going to take full advantage of it by installing these Uniball upper control arms from Fabtech. These upper control arms are designed to fit your 2017 to 18 F-150 Raptor with up to a 4-inch lift. They feature heavy-duty 1.5" chromoly tubing with 1.5" stainless steel Uniballs and 3/4" time joints for maximum durability and performance. They'll also help to improve caster and camber adjustment while reducing flex for a more positive road feel, so let's get to the installation. Tools you'll need for this installation: a lift or a jack and jack stands, 8mm socket, 10mm socket, 3/8 ratchet, 18mm socket, 21mm socket, 22mm socket, 28mm socket, a 1/2" ratchet, 9/16 wrench, 18mm wrench, 21mm wrench, 22mm wrench, a 1 1/8 wrench, and a hammer. These Fabtech Uniball upper control arms are pretty straightforward to install. The first thing we're going to do is remove the flimsy factory upper control arm. Grab yourself an 18mm wrench and loosen the nut on the upper control arm ball joint. Don't remove the nut all the way just yet. We need to grab a hammer and hit the spindle to separate the ball joint and the spindle. While loosening the nut, if the ball joint spins, you'll need to put an 8mm socket on the bottom of it. And then if the ball joint doesn't separate from the spindle, you will need to hit it with a hammer right here to separate it. We can then remove the bolts holding in the upper control arm. You'll need an 18mm wrench and also a 21mm wrench. Remove the nut, remove the bolt. Now we can work on the other bolt. Just like the other side, remove the nut, then the bolt. Then the arm easily comes out. Okay, we're at the workbench now. We have to assemble our Fabtech upper control arms. We're going to start off by installing our jam nuts onto our rod ends. Thread on the jam nut, and we want about 3/8 inch of threads showing between the jam nut and the end of the heim joint. Right about there. Thread the rod ends into the control arm. It's also a good idea to put some anti-seize on the end of these joints. Make sure you start out with 3/8 inch of thread showing right here, and then you can move on to the next step. Locate the 4 spacers and install 2 of them onto each adjustable end, just like that. And this arm is now ready to go in the truck. Install the Fabtech arm into the factory location. Secure the control arms with the provided hardware. Install the washer and lock nut. Now we can get the other bolt in. To make this bolt a little easier to install, we put it in a socket, and that allowed us to push the bolt all the way in behind the strut without removing it. Install the washer and lock nut. Install your Uniball pin and place some thread locker onto the threads. Put the pin into the factory spindle. Then put on a washer and lock nut. Install one of the spacers. Attach the spindle and upper control arm. Install a spacer on top of the control arm. Place some thread locker on the threads. Install the lock nut and torque it down to 150 foot-pounds. Put a 1/2-inch wrench on the top of the pin and tighten the lower nut with a 22mm socket. Now we're going to tighten the bottom nut with a 22mm socket and hold the top with a 28mm socket. And torque it to 150 foot-pounds. Tighten the control arm nuts and bolts with a 22mm socket and a 21mm wrench. Tighten the other side. Torque the bolts to 127 foot-pounds. The last thing we need to do is tighten the jam nut. Use a 1 1/8 inch wrench. Get them as tight as you can by hand. And get your wrench on there. Now that everything is tightened down and torqued, we can repeat the same process on the other side. Okay, we got our Fabtech upper control arms installed. As you can see, they're a lot beefier than the factory control arms, and this Uniball is going to give us a lot more range of motion than the factory one. Installation really isn't too bad. You don't need to remove the strut, but it will make it easier. Installation should probably take you about 2 hours, and before you know it, you'll be heading off-road.